Oh, I don't know if you guys heard me. Okay, so very quickly, my car broke down, uh, and I decided to come and test drive Cybertruck, which I wanted to get for the longest time. I love my BMW, and normally, and I am at the best Tesla dealership we have in the neighborhood. Okay, it's right behind me, and normally they have a Cybertruck here. So I was going to talk to you while sitting inside of Cybertruck or taking you for a little tour of the car instead of what I promised today, which is a visit with Ferraris, McLarens, Lamborghinis at the Los Angeles Car Museum. But because of my BMW overheating, we have tremendous heat here in Los Angeles. I am at this particular moment carless. Okay, but I am thrilled that you guys are with me, and nothing will impact my excitement and ability to talk to you about cats, coins, cars, rackets, and I am adding dot to it. So hold on to your seats, to your parachutes, to your rackets. And I will be also dedicating very important moments to telling you about Edster, who is our featured passport holder and artist. But I also want to recognize player. I want to recognize Adriano Farrell. It's so good to see you, my friend. We really love when you are with us, Copernic Space Lake Rocket Foundation. Very special guest. Let me see. I have to give you opportunity to speak. I am adding a very special featured guest, Charlie, who leads in a very strategic, beautiful, philanthropic way, Catcoin, Catcoin, which is a featured star of the coins today. We are going to have some other fun. I'm going to take you for a little tour of the space fashion. So it's going to be really fantastic. And I'll just thank you for being with us all the way from India. Value your presence. Okay, Sarah, fantastic. Thank you for joining us. Charlie, take it away. Tell us about our wild and the only ever real cat coin travel to the SpaceX rocket launch, why we did it, and what's the next, and give us an update on Catcoin. Charlie, can you hear us? Guys, can you hear me? Can you hear me? Hello, hello.
Yeah, we can hear you.
Okay, great. Thank you, Ferrer. So, Charlie, you are being asked to speak. Can you join us? Okay. Uh, Charlie is still working, so maybe there's a technical problems.
Can
Again.
you guys hear me?
Oh, now we can. Now we can. Okay, we are waiting for you.
Charlie, can you hear any of us? He may be having audio issues in hearing.
Charlie, why don't you leave and come back? Okay, I think he did. Fantastic. Sarah, I also sent you invitation to speak. So again, impromptu at the Tesla dealership, Los Angeles, Lady Rocket, coming to you to talk about rockets, cars, cats, and coins. Charlie is back. Let me try again to bring him up. And Sarah, if you would like to join me as a co-host, because Walton Peacock cannot join us, she's just like in my life, circumstances. There is a terrible weather in Bloomington, in Indiana. They lost electricity. And Walton Peacock is sending her love and regards. Hopefully she will be back to normal life soon. Charlie, give it a try again. Let us see if you can hear you.
Can you guys hear me now?
Yes.
Perfect. Yeah, I had you guys up on my laptop and then I had to just switch over to my phone. For some reason, it was like lagging out on me pretty bad on my laptop. But I made it. I'm here. Yay. Thank you for having me.
Of course. Give us an update what's happening with Catcoin, and not everybody knows about our phenomenal hijacking of SpaceX rocket launch at Vandenberg with real live cat. Of course, my cat Apollo 11, but importantly, Charlie next to me as a steward of real and the first Catcoin. So this was one of the examples how Lady Rocket Foundation Copernic Space can take you out of Web3 presence and put you in the real life so more people can see you. The stage is yours, Charlie. Great to have you.
Thank you for having me, and I'm glad to be back. I was away for a little bit. My phone actually went into the pool, so I had like no access to my whole life pretty much for a few days, and it was like really stressful. But I'm back. I got into all my accounts, and yeah, we're here. We never left, and we just been building. Catcoin has been around since 2021 when it was first launched. We've just been building away as a community driven project. The founders of the project left early on and left it up to the community to take over and build what we can. And we all came together, realized that blockchain is perfect for charity, and that was our mission. That's what we've been on since then. That led us to the point now. We've fought our way through the bear market. It was really long. We've seen the whole market around us collapse. People weren't even sure if crypto was even going to exist after that, you know? So it was a tough time for everybody, but we didn't it's not really about the market cap for us. It's not about the financial value of it yet. It's about what we can build, the things that we could bring to the world using this blockchain technology, making a transparent world, especially in the charity space. If we made the charity space more transparent, then there would be a lot more people getting funded when they need it. You know, the smaller shelters, the bigger shelters, all the ones, but they'll be treated fairly. There would be a lot less money going into certain people's pockets, but into what their missions are. So that's what we wanted to do, and we just been doing everything we can towards it. We also indulge on the tech side as well. We have recently our guy who created our AI bot has left. So we don't have our AI bot at this moment, but we will create one again and it will be better than the one before. We will have its own app as well. These are things that we want to build on the tech side. We have our DAO, we have our staking platform that will yield you a 14% APY if you attach both of our NFT collections to it. So this is just a little background of what we've already built and what led us to this point here. We are a community that just don't give up. We follow what we said we would do from the beginning. We ended up meeting up with Lady Rocket through our friend Sarah and Star Boss, who is another wonderful person in this space that you guys should follow and get to know. Real people and real value. I met Lady Rocket through that, and then got involved with Copernic and found out like what their mission was and their background. Did my own research, and then I started getting involved heavily. I started supporting before I was even a passport holder, just because I'll support anybody in this space that's real. Anybody that's really trying to build something, I'll be there. I'll show my support, even if it's just joining in your space and listening. Um, I'll be there. So that's how I met Lady Rocket. And then I went and drove up to New York for NFT NYC. We had a great conversation. I was able to meet them in person. That is very important to me, is really making that interaction, not just behind a screen, not just behind a phone call, but in person, live, direct. So that's where our journey started, really, was from that point of it was the Boston Consulting Group. They had a meeting there. I think there was about like 12 to 15 of us in that room. And then afterwards, we went downstairs to the party, like the bar,
Yes.
more talkative spot, so where we can interact with each other. That was hosted by Axiom and Copernic. So it was just an amazing opportunity for me to be involved with and to get Catcoin recognized within this, because what we're trying to build is real, and what we want to do is real. So, once I found out, I was in a room with Axiom Space, that is real. So, and then I was like, wow, this is an opportunity of a lifetime. So
And
I took it.
actually, we are helping Axiom. We are helping Axiom to get to the moon. Can you hear me, guys? Because I am sitting in this Tesla now, and sounds like I am in the echo chamber. But this is the newest Tesla. I just wanted to show you. But just to add importance of Charlie's presence, not only he was introduced to Boston Consulting Group, who is a partner of Copernic Space, and Boston Consulting Group is pretty much a Rolls Royce of corporate strategies. But Charlie very quickly made friends with Senior Vice President of Purina, Mark Donovan, whom I was happy to meet at Consumer Electronics Show in Las Vegas. And I am dropping those locations, the name of locations, and talking about it to support what Charlie is sharing, that we do not only meet with you here at X Spaces, which is very important part of the relationship, but we go extra mile, organize unprecedented events in real life. We dedicate our budget. Frequently, my events are sponsored to create opportunity for you to cross boundaries that you are boundaries of Web3 and meet people, influential people from Web2 and from the other industries. And Charlie is a fantastic partner who carries a message of Catcoin and Web3 in a very compassionate, authentic, sincere, and powerful way. This is why he makes quick friends across not only Copernic Space, but also our corporate partners. And this is why I decided to do something that I haven't done for a little while, to put everything I could behind Charlie's visit to California and giving Catcoin opportunity to leverage the fact that they were the only Catcoin present at the SpaceX launch, and then the only Catcoin that is going to the moon. So this is a strategic pitch to attract people like Purina and other brands involved with cats and philanthropy. So back to you, Charlie. Sorry to interrupt, but you just made me feel like I need to jump in and add to your important share. So back to you.
Thank you so much for that. And definitely, it's been an honor to work with you and meet you in person. You guys are nothing but great. And, I'm very appreciative of that. And just meeting you out in California, going to have our pizza party that we held
Oh
for the
yes.
shelter, like that's something that you won't see many people in this space doing, where, we donated money to a shelter. It's not just about giving the funds, but we helped them out that way financially, and then we showed up with some pizza. We gave the workers some free pizza, gave them a nice special day, and made them feel appreciated of their work. They were great. Their shelter, their space was clean. It smelt great going in there, which was amazing. They really take pride in their work. So it was an honor to be able to do that with you, and then go see the SpaceX rocket launch. That was another bucket list thing that I could check off. So it was an honor, and I'm just grateful to be in this position. Meeting Mark Donovan, the senior vice president of Purina, amazing guy. Getting to know him not through the business side of things, but personally, and that's what I like to be. I'm a people person, and I like to meet people. I like to know what their story is and how I can, maybe relate with them in some kind of way, shape, or form. Help them out in their lives, or they help me out in my life, which Mark has. Um, yeah, so for me, we're on a journey to the moon. We're all about charity. We're about the financial gains, but not to the point where we want to build with that. We want to take it further than just making money, right? It's not just about money. It's about building something to leave behind a legacy, and that's what Catcoin is here to do. That's why we're still here almost 3 years later. Never gave up on our mission, never gave up on our goals. If you want a team and a community that is accountable, that will always be there, Catcoin is that. We're we're
Yes.
not we're not in it for games. We're in it to actually build something
Yes.
great.
And Charlie gained my trust and my support my willingness to put some new resources behind Catcoin that you will be seeing coming through next week. And very quickly, together with Catcoin, you see my Mooncat. This NFT T-shirt with mooncats because cats coexist. Mooncats coexist with Catcoin, and we have some phenomenal also progress with Mooncat. Charlie's message is well received among corporations and sponsors of the potential sponsors of the coins that are not interested in seeing what's today's price, but how ownership of the coin can send a new message to their current customers, or and sometimes better yet, attract new visibility, new customers to a particular brand, meaning you, people active in Web3. So this is a completely new economy, and stability, innovation, performance of Copernic Space is a validator that we are not just another coin project. We are going to the moon. We have a platform that can tokenize, monetize relationships. So this is what we are preparing as a follow-up to Purina, how to monetize, incentivize, how to create new marketplaces. That's big. This is where billions of dollars are in both crypto, but also in fiat, and nothing wrong with that. Sarah, I've been trying to send you a few times invitation to co-host, but somehow doesn't get through, or you cannot do that. So I am inviting you to co-speak. Charlie, let's see if there are some questions from the audience. I also want to recognize we have Prophet in the audience. I will be transferring some funds to Prophet today. He's in Kenya, Nairobi. He has been developing capability to NFTs. There are political instability in Kenya, so every dollar counts. Connect with Prophet if you would like to recognize and contribute to him. So go ahead if there are any questions or comments. Oh, I know Sarah cannot speak with us right now. Farrell, I am so delighted to have you here and would love to invite you to speak.
Well, I appreciate that, Eva. I don't know much about the project that you guys are doing at this, and my head, as you know, has been elsewhere in the SAT data and other things. So I'm just a sponge right now. I want to learn about this. I want to know what the pure mission is, what the objectives are, what stages you guys are at with it, and yeah, always to the moon.
Fantastic. Good to see you, Ferrer, and let's catch up so we can give you some update on non-satellite part of the world. I also want to welcome CyberDot project. I decided to do my Cybertruck run also thinking about you, because this is where I started to interact with cyber your Cyber Dodge project several months ago by hosting a pop-up at the Cyber truck in Elon Musk's Los Angeles location, where he was showcasing the truck, and a little Cyber Dodge and Cyber truck and Dodge, all of it goes together, and we are now sending you to the moon. So this is incredible opportunity to frame the message and connect what you do to the fact that your vision, your initiative, your passport ownership is putting you directly where Elon invited Dot to be, which is the moon. So if you would like to speak, please raise your hand. And player, you are so special. And thank you for helping to create our previous session with your metaverse partners and creating a first Copernic metaverse rocket. Player, you are friend to have and friends to love. I also want to welcome Cyber Bass, and he is my special partner and creator of incredible art. So thank you. And all the new people in the room, welcome. Welcome, Catcoin in particular. Charlie, if you would like to add something else about, for example, where people can get Catcoin, where can they buy it? Because you are not all exchanges yet. Help us find you and Catcoin.
Yeah, for sure. I'll pin up some stuff. We're right now, mainly you can get us on Pancake Swap and Uniswap if you're familiar with those sites and those platforms. If not, you can actually DM me anytime. I could help you run through it and try to figure out how to get you more acquainted with the platforms. Um, but I will pin up our information at the top. Just give me a minute. And I did wanted to give a player a shout out too for making us that coin. We got to showcase that at the shelter, bring it to the rocket launch. It was awesome, and the love. It was like he made you guys the coin, and we are like, oh, it would be sick to see a Hoshi coin, and he was like already on it, started making it without asking for any money or anything, like, and that's like a real person. So that's, I just wanted to give my love out to player, and keep doing what you're doing, dude. You're killing it, and I appreciate you.
Fantastic. Fantastic. By the way, behind me, this beautiful black Tesla. If they cannot get me a cyber truck, who knows? Maybe this is the one. But I am very happy to be hosted here in this, wonderful, wonderful dealership right next to what used to be Space Valley. This is where Saturn V engine was manufactured. So we are at Tesla, but next to the space locations also. And SLS rocket is being manufactured here, and and SpaceX is about 15 miles away from here. So we are keeping it very much space focused. Player, maybe you would love to hear from you. Tell us what you're up to. Tell us about the session that we just ended with you. It's very interesting. And thank you for being here with us.
No, thank you very much, Lady Rocket. And Charlie Positive, or Positive Charlie, excuse me. You guys are very welcome. I really appreciate what you guys are doing. I can see your vision. It was the perfect timing. I couldn't not get involved with you guys. So you guys are very welcome. And to touch a little bit about the last session we had with Metropolis World, we have now officially launched the Copernic Space.Metropolis account. You guys can find that. I am logged into both accounts, my account and the Copernic Space Metropolis account. It is in the list of listeners. So if you guys would go ahead and give that one a follow, I'll give you guys all a follow back. And there'll be a lot of stuff going on inside that space. So this kind of ties into what Copernic Space has done with the passports, that it allows us to start up our own space companies. So within the Metropolis World ecosystem, that is going to be serve as a hub for all the various different companies and artists and business movie makers that are present within the city of Celeste to have the opportunity to join Copernic Space and get their content into space alongside the rest of us. In the future, there are going to be multiple cities, one of which is going to be the Space City, which they have been talking to me. This is a bit of alpha, so I don't even know if I should be talking about it, but I'm going to let you guys know anyway. They are going to be in touch with us to try to help them build out that space city. And there's going to be access passports to that city as well. So a lot of big things coming. It's a bit of a slow process, as you guys know. Nothing is built in a day, but it's active now. So if you guys want to go to metropolisworld.io, you can start thumbing through the city and you can start seeing what's going on. You can download the beta, and if you want, put on your virtual reality headsets and go to town.
That's fantastic. And you said magical words, music to my ears, that having a passport, you can start your own space company. You have a platform that you can stand on. You are not just another dreamer out there. You are a dreamer with the platform. And that's the keys. And I appreciate you, a player, having a vision, courage, perseverance, and taking a journey with us. And you are a fantastic role model for how to be space entrepreneur. So thank you for that. I wanted to quickly, I want to, yes, and stick around. We might have some other questions. I am looking for Esther, if he's here with us. Yes, here he is. Edster is a very, very special member of Copernic Space and Spaceables community. I wanted to shine a light on him today, not too long, because I don't think that Edster really likes a lot of publicity. But what he has been doing for last almost 2 years is remarkable. He's been standing by my quest efforts to bring to the world of NFTs missions that stand for something important on planet Earth, from creating bees on the moon art that I talked him into while I was trying to get attention of the Buckingham Palace, because Queen Elizabeth was her one of the top passions was being a beekeeper. Edster contributed some other incredible artwork that you can see on Spaceables. It's also a reliable friend, and whenever Copernic Space Grant are in London, Edster meets with us. And there is another person also in the room who also travels to meet with us in London. It is Dr. Monica, also fabulous passport holder, creator, innovator, who is sponsoring sending Madame Thierry Skłodowska to the moon, because not only Dr. Monica is Polish, but she's also a scientist currently at Oxford. And I am bringing those examples to those of you who have not met or participated in being a part of Copernic Space and Lady Rocket community. This is who we are. We have JS here, but we also have Curly, who is another beautiful member of our artistic community, and especially Spaceables. And you probably notice that Waltzing Peacock is not with us. It's the first time that it happened. And I mentioned it at the beginning, but Waltzing Peacock is suffering from not only Corona, COVID, but also there was a terrifying weather in Indiana, and beautiful Bloomington, where she lives, a beautiful Indiana University town, lost its electric power for probably 3 days. So she's disconnected from us, but she's sending her love, and she is confirming that the show goes on, which means contest for cats, moon cats and moon dogs is on. And tonight there is a deadline. So please, I already saw some remarkable artwork coming our way. So please send it, deliver it, and we are going to have not only financial awards, but also other type of very special surprise awards. So cats are in, dogs are in. And let me tell you a little bit about dogs. I launched the initiative to sponsor creation of something that Sarah beat me into it. Sarah was the first one who already done it. Her Dodge wallet is already going to the moon. I decided to open up Dodge wallets for philanthropy, for support of the Dodge community, and for amplifying sometimes forgotten message of Dodge, which is something that a lot of you can identify with, which is do only good every day. Do only good every day. So I decided to adopt Dodge in addition to my moon cats and moon dogs, and give Dodge well-deserved place in our Copernic Space Moon journey this October. And something that is very innovative, and Farrell, I want you to also be aware of it, because with your business acumen and leadership position in many business communities, this might be also of interest to you. Working with Grant, using Copernic Space, we created functionality which not only allows you to send your wallet to the moon with dot inside of it, but you will be able to replenish your dot population when your wallet is on the moon, and use it interactively for symbolic or real transactions on planet Earth. Of course, everything will be registered, will be immutable, and this is also our way to make sure that what Elon indicated that he would like to see, which dot on the moon, Lady Rocket Foundation, Copernic Space, and our community can act upon. That's historical, it's unprecedented. I hope to attract a lot of dot whales because dot has been I think, dominated too much by the pricing paradigm instead of remembering its original reason to exist. So I wish Sarah could speak because her wallet is going to the moon. We can accept few more wallets. So if you want to like to join us, DM Grant, DM me. I have entire team who is working with me. Let me see if they are here. K9 normally is here, etc. But we've been working 48 hours to launch this campaign. I will be talking more about it tomorrow at 11 o'clock with a question, guess whose dot is going to the moon? So this is another initiative that being on the Copernic space allows you to take. Charlie, please go ahead. Charlie, you wanted to share? Okay, Charlie, I thought that you wanted to share, but anyway, um, anyone else could like to ask a question or comment? Dr. Monica?
Lady Rocket, this is Sarah. I
You
have,
made it.
well,
Fantastic.
I don't know how long. The same storm that is affecting um, Waltzing Peacock is affecting pretty much the Midwest. So we've had
I see.
power outs all day. So, but what I wanted to say is that sending your wallet to the moon, it is symbolic to some extent, but it's also laying precedence because for me personally, when I sent my packet of information, my 10 megabytes to Grant, it included all of the addresses, it included all of the mining rigs, etc. And it created effectively an envelope. But in order to establish provenance, we minted it the day that I sent all of my information to Grant. We took a screenshot, and I'll take a screenshot on launch day, and I'll take another screenshot on landing day. And the reason why is because we don't have a mining rig on the moon yet. But in order to establish provenance, it's really cool to be able to do that. And so sending Dogecoin, I had in my Coinbase wallet. So that all of the different currencies, and they're nominal amounts, like, because I don't have a lot of money, but I would buy fractional shares of all of the things because I think it's really important because we don't know which communities folks are going to like or not like. We don't know where they're going to find their tribe. We don't know which coin is going to win, which they're going to lose. But to establish provenance is something that's so freaking unique, and space offers that to us. And it's also really important to note that Copernic space is not an island all by itself. It has axiom space and singularity and Firefly and LifeShip and all of these wonderful projects that are all collective together, helping one another and building an ecosystem where we can all enjoy it. So I just wanted to come up and say that. And I can't co-host because I don't have a reliable internet. But
Okay.
yes, but just say
Thank you.
you did a great job. So thank you.
Thank you so much for joining us. And sorry to hear about the challenge of the weather. Stay safe. We love you, and thank you for everything that you are doing, enriching communities, yours and ours, because it's going to the moon together. I want to welcome also Crazy Jack, and I know that he was with you earlier this morning in Starbucks session. What I want to add about the Dot Moon wallet that Lady Rocket Foundation started and is hosting, It gives me an opportunity to show a new attitude, a new plan for philanthropy, and empower Lady Racket Foundation to be an innovator in the way how cryptocurrency is used in order to call attention to the importance of being a philanthropy active, but in philanthropy that creates profits, creates equity upside, not your traditional philanthropy of writing check. God bless for those who do it, but my role is to become the centerpiece for all of us to transform crypto from being renegated to the get rich paradigm or or lose money paradigm and get crypto entitled to claim privilege of truly helping humans to be better on Earth and in space. So Lady Rocket Foundation wallet already has a purpose. It's a phenomenal mixture of a very ambitious Copernic space project that I want to finance, and of course, philanthropic projects. So what I would like to finance, and I shouldn't say I am giving the project. It is us dot community who will be financing. But here is the first one. This is a revolutionary. This is going to game change the world because we'll be financing through Lady Rocket Foundation dot wallet placement of dot nodes on the satellites. Placing of the dot nodes on the satellites as a space asset, which can be tokenized, and the functionality of it is enormous. Because if with something like that, you can create off-planet transactions and financial systems. So we are creating it as an investment that is going to be incredible. Thank you, Sarah, for your hearts, and I am delighted to see here my friend also, Satosh, because we want to take the message as broadly as possible. So this particular wallet will be available to the Dogecoin community to do what Dogecoin community does so well, and it's the first one to do it, using Tuesday, Tipping Tuesday, or their own decisions, contribute to the wallet, which of course is transparent, and then decide as a community what it is that will be financing that is using Copernic Space Platform and will support Doge presence also on the moon. So this is significant. Another thing that I would like to do, of course, collaborating with the Dutch community, 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 Dutch community,